What's going on, guys? Derek here from Dose of VT. Happy to bring you another awesome video. As you guys can see, it is an Apple TV. It is the 4K edition, the 32 gigabyte. So I just want to unbox this for you guys. Nothing special. Tell you a little bit about why I bought this one over the other ones, and especially the other competitors that are out there. So obviously, if you've seen these before, if you have one, the past couple years, Apple has pretty much kept everything the same when it comes to like packaging and stuff like that. They only changed small features within the actual Apple TV, faster processor. They've changed the remote up a little bit. So, and then the most important thing, that they made this one into 4K. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, Apple just came out with their next version, which has changed some things. Like now the remote's a little bit different, better processor within the TV, but it still does 4K and all that. So there's nothing real special about that. The new one, it comes out in a couple months. So depending on when you're watching this, this is the 2020 version, 2019 version model. So then the 2021 will come out in 2 months. So if you're watching this past, I believe, July, then the newest model will be out. So then you can watch this video to see if there's anything different with like the remote, the back of the Apple TV and stuff like that. But here is the remote. Nothing special. This is all glass down here. Right now I'm leaving fingerprint marks. This is just like matte black, and it's just a clicker, as you guys can see. Then you got your little buttons here to control it. Now, the best thing with Apple is you don't have to use the remote if your phone is around. Let's say you always lose this thing, because obviously this isn't something that is very big, so you're going to lose this in a couch cushion or something stupid and search 20 minutes to find it. But you always can use your phone if you don't want to use this, which your phone is pretty convenient because you're probably going to have it on you anyways. I also did buy just a little rubber case for it. I recommend you buy one for your Apple TV remote, even if you're the type of person like, nah, I would never drop my remote, nothing would never happen to it. I promise you, it will definitely happen to you if you think it won't happen. I just guarantee it, because that's usually how it works. So I recommend you just buy one. It's always safe. Plus, these have little rubber grips. This is just the Insignia one from Best Buy. That's where I bought it. So I just bought this just in case I was to drop it, or whoever else was using the remote at the time to drop it. I would say 99.9% of the time I'm probably going to be using my phone. I don't know how much I'll be using the remote, but I'll put that off to the side. Then now you have the actual Apple TV. So the Apple TV is awesome. If you have the actual Apple TV subscription, they have some really good shows on there. I personally haven't watched any of their new shows that Apple TV has released, but everything that I've seen so far is pretty good. I have a lot of people that have Apple TV and they really like it. They really enjoy it. Honestly, it's not too expensive compared to some of the other streaming services out there like Netflix, Hulu, HBO, and stuff like that. And usually Apple always goes above and beyond when it comes to making sure they're putting out the best content possible. But as of right now, Apple TV is pretty cheap, which you can't complain. So you have the little Apple symbol right here. You have a little cutout basically for the fan and stuff like that, if you guys can see that. And then you got kind of like a little rubberness on the bottom, so it won't slide too much. It slides a little bit on this, but this table's pretty slick. On the back here, you just have your charging, or your AC port right here, or DC, whatever it is. Then HDMI, then your Ethernet. So it's pretty simple, nothing too special. On top, it just says Apple TV. Then over here should be your power cable. Power cable, nothing exciting. Obviously it plugs in. Apple always makes good cables that feel durable. They're not going to break or shear or anything stupid like that. Then it just looks like you have just some paperwork. Then your charging cable for your remote. So this should just stick at the very bottom down here. Bam, you plug it in, you charge it up, and you're good to go. I mean, it'd be pretty nice if they had like one on here, and then you just put it right next to your Apple TV and charge it up. But some people have those fancy couches that have the little chargers on the side, and you just charge it up from there. But the reason why I picked Apple TV over anything else is, one, I haven't had Apple TV. I know a lot of people that have it, and they really like it because it's really simple. You can use your phone. Apple obviously makes everything very simple when it comes to one button does it all type of feature, compared to you have to pick up the remote, use another remote to do this, to change that, to do whatever. So like mostly like volume and stuff like that. Like I have Roku, I have Fire TV. I enjoy both of them. Roku I think is really, really good. They have a lot of features. I don't think there's anything wrong with Roku. Fire TV is really good too, especially if you have Amazon. If you pay for the Prime subscription, you get access to a bunch of stuff. So there's really nothing wrong about either one of those competitors to Apple. Apple just makes everything simple. So I don't have to use the remote that comes with it to use the Apple TV. Now you could argue and say, well, there's apps you can download for the Fire TV and for the Roku. Well, they're apps you download. So with Apple TV, you don't have to download anything. It's literally built into the software, so it makes it real simple. You don't have to download something extra, have it on your phone, and take up space, or anything crazy like that. But I would say if you're leaning towards buying Apple TV, you're not going to go wrong. All four basically, because you have Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and Google. I can't think of Google Chrome or whatever it is, Google Cast or whatever it's called. Those are your four main ones. I think Apple's the best one when it comes to user ability. When it's real simple, you don't have to hit a bunch of different buttons to get to where you want to go. I feel like Amazon TV has access to a lot more things than Apple does or Roku does. I think Roku has some awesome features when it comes to like having its own like TV area to where you can watch TVs now. Fire TV has came out with their own, so Amazon has came out with their own like section of live TV type of thing, kind of like how Roku did. Roku has access to thousands of different things. You can link it up with your Spectrum TV, which is awesome. It's real simple to do. It's not hard. So there's a lot of different things you can do there. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to how do you like the interface? Do you want it to be super simple, and do you want it to work with your phone? Especially if you have an iPhone, Apple TV is probably the best bet for you. But if you care less that it works with your phone or anything like that, you'll download pictures and put them on your TV whenever, or on that device whenever, then so be it. But if you want it to be one button basically does everything with your iPhone, then Apple TV is the way to go, because you'll still have access to 99.9% of what those other competitors have access to. But that's all I got, guys. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments, and I'll answer them the best I can, and hopefully other people can help you out also. But thanks for watching, guys. Peace.